Hello, friends. This activity is for my friends that are working on trying to say different speech sounds. So you should know what the sounds are you're working on. If not, just ask your grown-up. I'm going to send a text to them so they'll know for sure all the sounds you're supposed to be working on. So what I call this game is sound hunt. So the first thing you need is something to write on and something to write with, piece of paper and a pencil. You can use a notepad if you have one. You can use a spiral notebook. Or if you just have loose paper, you may want to get a clipboard or a big hardcover book that you can use to write on because you're going to be going all over your house. You're not going to be sitting at a table when you do this. Okay. So the first thing you're going to have a piece of paper for each of your sounds. So let's just pick, if you have more than one sound, let's just pick one sound. And also, if your sound is R or the blends, like S blends, L blends, hang on. I'm going to tell you how to do yours in a minute. Yours is a little different. But for all of my other friends, all of their other sounds, this is how you're going to do it. Okay, so first, you're going to write your sound at the top of the page. Let's say the sound you're working on is F. So you'll write an F and you'll draw a box around it. So for my friends that are still working on how to write their letters and write words, you can use your nice manners and ask a grown-up in your house or an older brother or sister if they will help you write the words and sounds. You can say them and they can help you write them. Okay, so moving on. So you wrote your sound and put a box around it. So that's my sound. Okay, now remember, some of these sounds can be made by different letters. So when you're writing your words, know that it may or may not have an F in it. It may have different letters that still make that sound. So if it'll help you, you can ask a grown-up to help you with this too if you can't think of them. You can write out to the side the different ways that you might see this sound in a word. You might see it as an F. You might see it as a PH, like phone. Or you might even see it as a GH, like in laugh. So that might just help you remember there are different ways to spell that F sound, that F sound. Okay, so then we're going to make 3 columns. Columns are tall and skinny, and it's a good way to make lists. So how you do this is you're going to draw 2 lines. Let me show you before you start. So you'll draw one line kind of close to this side, and then you'll draw another line. So you should have 3 spaces, 3 columns. Okay? In the first column, you're going to either write initial or you're going to write beginning or begin. Okay? And in the next column, you're going to write middle or medial. And in the last one, you'll write final or end. I will show you. Okay, so you should have 3 columns. The first one says begin or initial. The next one says middle or medial. And the last one says final or end. Whichever word you prefer. You don't have to write both. It's just whatever you call it. I know some of my friends like to call it initial, medial, and final. Some like to say beginning, middle, and end. So whatever makes you happy. So now you're ready to go on your sound hunt. So what you're going to do, like I said, if you can write the word yourself, go do it on your own. If you need help, ask someone older than you that can write words a little bit better. Ask them to help you. You can find things and they can write the words for you. So what you're going to do is you're going to go all around your house and you're going to find words that have that sound in it. So for example, if my sound is f, I may go into the kitchen and I may find a fork. And I'm going to put it in this first column because the f sound is at the beginning of the word, the initial position of the word, fork. Okay? So then I may still be in the kitchen and I can find a waffle. And I put that one in the middle column because the f sound is in the middle of this word, waffle. Okay? Then, I may still be in the kitchen, or maybe I might look out the window while I'm in the kitchen, and I might see a leaf. And I put this word here because it has the sound at the end of the word. So what you can do is you can go all around your house and in your yard, and you can look for words that have your speech sound in them. And you have to listen to that word and think about where it would be, which column you would put it in, right? And make you a list of all your words. So then you can put this list up on your refrigerator. You can use it to practice. You can put it in your speech folder and bring it when you come see me next. Yeah, I think that's a really good way to work on words that you see, things that you see all the time, right? And it could be things, or it could be actions. It could be describing things. It doesn't have to be the actual thing. So you could put 5 if you see 5 of something, right? You could put laugh. If someone is laughing in your house, laugh. So you could put things like that as well. It doesn't have to be actual objects. So just, think about things in your home that have that target sound in it. Like I said, this is the example I gave for the F sound, but if you're not working on the F sound, use the sound you're working on. You may have more than one page, so you may have one for the F sound, you may have one for the K sound, you may have one for the G sound. So you're going to work on that. Okay, like I promised you, the blends are a little bit different. So if you're working on those S blend words, you're going to get your paper and you're going to make your 3 columns, but then put another line in the middle. So now you have 6 spaces. Okay? And you're going to put your different S blends at the top of each space. So you'll have SP, ST, SK or SC. It's the same sound, but it might be spelled differently. SW, SN, and SM. Same thing. Go around your house and see if you can find things that start with these sounds, with this blend. And again, it can be things, like maybe you see a snail outside, or a star in the sky at night. It could be actions like smile. You might look in the mirror and smile at yourself. So see how many of these words that you can find. Okay, so that's your S blends. Okay, then your L blends, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to divide your columns in half so you have 6 spaces, just like your S blends. You write your L blends. You'll have PL, CL. I don't know if there's any words that actually start with the KL, but CL, SL, BL, FL, GL. Okay, so those are your L blends. And again, it can be things like you might see a flag hanging from the house. Or it might be actions. You're going to go play. Or maybe describing words like a black shoe, right? Or the light glows. So be creative. Think about that. Look around. And it may take you several days to do this. Maybe one day you're just looking for PL. Maybe one day you're just looking for CL. It may take you a while to come up with this list, but that's good because you got time right now. So, be working on your list. Okay, so now for my R's. I know I've got several friends that are working on the R's. Okay. Like I said, the R's are a little bit different. So we'll start with this one. This is our R. You're just going to divide this page in half. Okay? Just one line down the middle. So you'll have your initial on this side, the beginning of the word, and your medial, the middle of the word, on this side. So the initial, that one's pretty easy. Red, rock. Okay? The middle's a little trickier. For it to be considered a middle R, a medial R, the R sound starts the second syllable. So in the word pirate, if you break that word up, it's pirate. The sound at the beginning of that second syllable is an R. So that one goes in the medial R position. So pirate. Barrel. The R starts that second syllable. An example of one that wouldn't be this would be garden. Because listen, there's an R in there and it is in the middle, but listen to what sound starts the second syllable. Garden. See, it's not the R, it's the D. So just think about that when you're making this list. So that's this one. Then we have our vowel R's. So you're going to do this one like we did the blends. You're going to make 6 spaces. Okay? And you're going to have your R, A-R, E-R, or, O-R, ire, air, and ear. And again, kind of like I talked about with the F sound, there may be different ways that these are spelled. It may not look like these spellings, but more think about the sound of it. Okay? So you may have a one that maybe it's spelled fur, F-U-R, fur, but it's the sound, it's the E-R sound. Okay, so think about the sound, not really the letters that are in it when you're putting them in these spaces. Okay, so that's your vowel R's. Okay, one more. Then we have our R blends. Now this one I made 9 spaces because there's lots of R blends. I made 9 spaces, so I made 2 lines in the middle, and I made up to down, and I made 2 lines going across. So now I have 9 spaces, okay? And my 9 R blends that I have are GR, KR or CR, FR, DR, TR, THR, this would be like 3, PR, BR, and then this one's RL. That would be like girl or world. That's a really tricky one. So now you have all your list. You can watch this video again when you're making your list to see which sounds I used. And like I said, if you're not sure which sound you're working on, I'm going to text that to your grown-up so they'll have those sounds and they can help you with that. I hope you have a lot of fun. I can't wait to see all your lists that you've made up. I'm sure you'll find some cool things that I would have never thought about. So I hope you have fun with that. And if you have any questions, your grown-up can text me about it. Alrighty, y'all take care. See you later.